I railed that outside and, dude, smoked around the outside.
I met a Gypsy.
And then notable mention that didn't make my list. Maybe this is, it probably doesn't get into Eli's top moments, but San Diego last year.
That was a cool one.
You and Eli.
Yeah.
Just like finally, and look, I was pissed as you would be that you didn't win that main event.
Yeah.
To get passed by Eli Tomac in the sand around the outside.
Dude.
Gotta almost feel good.
So the biggest thing I'm pissed about actually is that I did the lap before. They didn't catch it on camera, but I did that to him the lap before. I railed that outside and, dude, smoked around the outside. And then my dumb ass goes the inside, and then of course they catch that on
and that just
on
is
camera,
iconic,
and I'm
bro.
just such an iconic thing. And like, dude, I see the edits, Eli going beast mode, and I'm like, they show that pass, I'm like, fuck, I did it the lap before, like, trust me, like, we just didn't get on camera, but that one was such a fun one. So I chased him. I just couldn't find an exact spot where I could get him. Like I had some that I had an idea, but I couldn't get close enough. Like we both were going, we're going good. Like, I mean, we went through everyone.
Yeah.
At the time. Like,
I remember thinking that was when I left that race, that was one of the first times I've ever watched a Supercross race, and I thought the bike made a big difference.
Yeah.
So I feel like your bike was at 90% and his bike was at 95%. And
I
that
felt
was
like,
the difference.
Yeah, I don't even know if my bike was at 90%. Because we were going through we were trying different parts.
Oh, that was the first. Yep.
And we were trying different things, and it still wasn't where we wanted. It was better. Where it got really, really good was like where I felt like I was at 90 would have been Arizona. Arizona, A2 was a little less than there. Like, because I remember whenever my bike feels good, I feel like I do really, really good in qualifying. And then, sometimes I make qualifying work. But like, I think qualifying when I do it by a good gap, like.
That's when your bike's good.
Yeah. Like, so I think Arizona, I was a second faster than second place. And I think my first 3 times were faster.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was like the fun of the bike feeling pretty decent. But that race with Eli that one was a sick one. I had fun. I actually genuinely liked that race, and like I couldn't even though I got second, I couldn't be that you can't be that mad. Like, dude, I rode good at the start. I made my pass, but I wasn't quick enough to hit that line again. I thought I just followed Malcolm, and he was smart enough to take the line. You got me there last lap. I'm gonna go there now, and then I hooked onto some of his lines that were better. Then he had some other better lines. My lines I had that are like better. And then some of them I didn't change too quick enough. Like after when you go across the start straight, right, left.
He was so fast in the right.
The first right, he was like, we were the same, but that next left, he was just skipping. Where I was exiting, he was going in basically, and then railing that end part that no one was touching. And because it was just loose stuff. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he's really good at that. When it has that little bit of loose, he can just and go. Did he have to paddle that weekend too?
Probably.
So it was a fun one. I it was hard not to smile at that one. I enjoyed it. It was good racing. Yeah, I lost, but I mean, you're not gonna win everything. And like I said, I went up and I had to go. I'm like, dude, that was fun. I had a lot of fun.
That's what I loved. I loved that moment because I feel like he took some of your shit the wrong way the first year.
Yeah.
Probably created a thing that just like wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, you understand how I am with my words. Like I've said, English is hard. Sometimes I deliver it really, really badly.
I always tell people, and it's like my favorite joke, is like you're the terrible buck speech guy.
Yeah.
You're like, you remember that time in Vegas? And everyone's like, Jett, shut up. You can't tell that story. That's like most of your... That's most of your brain
in serious moments.
Yeah.
In serious moments. Or like in the wrong moments.
I just love that you guys had that moment.
Yeah.
Because
it was cool.
that's a very cool moment.
That was like the first one where it was like, not broke the ice, but like where it was more of like, hey, like, so I don't know if it was like, I don't know if they think I respect them in a way, which I was like, I do. Like, I respect you. I respect Chase, I respect Kenny, I respect Cooper, I respect everyone out there, you know, and like, I think that was when it was like, dude, no, that was fun. Like I had a blast. You rode unreal, and it's like, I know like when I'm feeling, because I was feeling good that night. I'm like, when I'm feeling good, I know I'm hard to beat. Like it's difficult, and dude, you made it difficult for me, like to try and actually make a pass. And I loved it. Like I love learning. Like I like to get. Obviously, I'm not saying I like to get beat, but like I like when I have things I can work on. Is the right way to say it. When I can go back and go, all right, this week I'm going to work on this.
Yeah, like a win or you learn kind of
Yeah,
deal.
and I think that's what I am. All right, I watched that video. I watched that main event so many times after, because I'm like, okay, what's the signs that he picked up where he goes, I'm gonna change to here. Where am I gonna go there? So it's it was cool. And I think that's when like we finally started to get like not a decent relationship, but we're like, he understood like, dude, I respect the absolute shit out of you. Like you're a legend in this sport for a reason, and I respect you for that. I've said some dumb shit that's came across wrong, but didn't mean it came out wrong for what I was actually meaning at the time. But so yeah, it was cool. It was a cool moment.
I love that one. So another gnarly moment that was difficult to watch was you deciding that you were going to go scorched earth on the last SMX moto last year, and seeing Hunter about to win that fucking championship.
I know. I don't.
And then you just decide with 5 minutes to go, like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm actually going to win this race.
I know.
That was gnarly to watch.
That one, so, like, yeah, like, it's just, that one was a tough one because I know Hunter wanted it bad, and he was under the weather, and I felt so guilty. It was just like, it was almost like having a ice cream in a kid's face and going, you want this? And then there's like, they're like, no. But then last minute, like, yeah, you're like, too bad. Like I felt so damn bad where like I didn't know how to react after. Like I think you could have seen that. Like I was kind of, my mind was going through so many things. I was confused so much, like of what the right reaction was. Because I'm like, I feel really, really bad for Hunter. Because I'm like, dude, that could have been his first 450 championship. Dude, the bonus is massive. Sissy can get a Birkin maybe. But like he could go get his watches or a car. But like I was confused on that one. But yeah, that one was sick because it was like that similar thing to the first SMX, like that point where I'm just like,
I have to do this. I'm
either crashing or I'm gonna pull it off. And I was trying hard for a long time, for a very, very long time. I was pushing, and they were still holding. And then it just got to some point where they dropped off a little bit on their lap time. And I just kept sanding. Like my wrist was so sore the next day because I was just sending that one double out the back just to flat. Like I was like just wouldn't shut off. I was like probably third gear tapped.
Wedged on a 450.
Just hopefully no one's on the down ramp. Like, and when I got Eli, I was like, yes. And when I was finished time, yes. And then I'm like, oh shit. No, Hunter. Like I'm like, I felt so bad. I was like, yeah.
But
it was sick though. It was still a sick moment, but obviously sucked for HJ because I was bummed for him.
But it's yes on 100%. But it's also very special as a fan to see you go through those emotions and to see, because you can't fake those emotions, right? No. And then those emotions show how much you guys care and how much love there is. And
we're brothers.
Yeah.
And we're racing at the pinnacle of the sport. Like, you don't think we're like we have emotions. We're each other's best friends. Like, and you don't think I'm gonna I want him to win. I want to win too. Like it's a difficult situation, but you give us 5 minutes after, and we're fine. Like we get to and he's obviously set that standard from the get go. He goes, if I beat him, he beats me. It's he set the boundary of, dude, I don't give a shit what you do, what you get. If you beat me badly, if I beat you badly, this doesn't change once we leave the track, that doesn't change our regular life. We're still brothers. We're brothers before this sport. We're brothers after it. So don't make this shit wreck that for us for our lifetime, you know? So it's he helps a lot, and I think that's what's created, like, makes it, like, for me, harder when it's like, like, and because I could have let up. Like, I honestly could have let up. And at one point I thought of it, of like, dude, I'm not catching. But then I'm like, he's going to be more pissed if he knows that I let up and he won it because I kind of went, you know what, let him win it, you know? That he's going to be way more pissed. He'd rather beat me when it's me giving my best and he beats me straight up, you know? And so I think I was like in a mental warfare battle with my thoughts mid-moto because I caught a bit and then remember I kind of lost a bit of ground.
Yeah.
So I was like...
It just didn't look like it was going to happen.
No, I'm like, dude, this ain't happening. I'm not catching him. Like, shit. Like, I'm not going to get him.
And Eli is the guy that you got to get.
I had to get Eli.
Like probably not.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I was thinking, I'm like, gosh, do I let him have it? Like, maybe, like, dude, it'll be sick. I'll let him have it. And then I'm like, nah, I can't. What's the name? Just lost his championship. And Joe won.
Yeah.
I can't leave my streak. And I'm like, nah, I won't be able to live with myself. And I know he'll be pissed at me too. He probably won't talk to me for like a month. Honestly, if I said like, oh, like I let you or anything, like I think he'd be mad. More mad than me beating him. Like, so I'm like, I gotta win. I gotta win. So then I'm just like, all right, safety out.
Yeah.
Upper gear. Wrist south.
Oh, fuck. That must have been a wild little...
Yeah.
To be inside your helmet for those couple minutes to make that call.
Yeah, it was... It was a difficult decision, but once I made it, I fully committed. And, I mean, I think I got to see some videos, and like, I was curious after, because I was pushing hard. Like, so I'm normally never on the rev limit, where I was like...
Yeah.
I had times where I wasn't shutting off. Like that, going to the back section into that turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pushing that hard where my SMX stuff's obviously stiffer than my outdoor stuff, but...
Softer than the Supercross.
Softer than Supercross. But I was coming in that hard that my SMX stuff felt like moto stuff.
Really?
I was pushing it.
Well, there was one...
And I overheated my bike. Like
really?
I pushed it to the max. Like, because we have a light on our Get ECU, like we have a kill switch, and it'll come up. The kill switch, then we have our Get like kind of on the Game Boy thing, obviously on the side that we can pick different maps, start map and stuff like that, and it'll come with this like amber light on there for the bike's getting
hit you
hot.
with that amber alert.
Yeah, exactly with the amber alert, and I'm like, I honestly, I on a jump I saw the light, and I honestly went, fuck you, I'm still going. Like, I need to get this. And I was breaking a little, and then this one lap I just went right up. And then like I got to a second, and I'm like, I got you. I'm like, okay, I got this now. I'm like, it went from like worrying of like if I can catch him and make a pass, and I was like, all right, I know I can. Like, once I caught, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah.
How was that one? There was one turn, was it the right-hander in the sand? And there was one lap where you were just like, you laid it over. The thing was flat, standing up. The bike was like basically flat, and you just like put a foot out, saved
That
it.
was 24 Vegas.
Oh, was that the year
It was the left-hander. Remember we would go like past the mechanics, over that single back, and it would drop in. It would be like a split section because there was an inside single, and there was like a little berm that they prepped up. And yeah, I remember it grabbed my fork guard because I had it laid over so much. It grabbed the fork lug at the bottom, and it pulled, so I'm like, that did quickly.
That was insane. I thought it was that same year.
Yeah.
That night though, so this will get us onto Hunter.
Yeah.
So that night, I remember I watched it at home. I was in Australia, and I was like, fuck, I feel like losing that race changed the molecules inside of Hunter Lawrence's body. And then he goes to Motocross of Nations, and for that day,
puts on a clinic.
Is by far the best
dude
motocross rider
in the world
on planet Earth.
He rode so good that day, like so damn good, and I was so happy. But I think I felt like, because I've spoken about it with Hunter, and I think he said in an interview before, he said the year before in 24 when he tied on points with me, he's like, and he was second, he's like, dude, I was stoked, I was happy, like this, I just tied with the guy who's been demolishing everyone, like that's sick. I just tied with him. Then the next year he was like had a chance to obviously beat, like he had that wrapped up for like what,
most of
19 minutes of the motor, like 19 minutes, 18 minutes of the motor, and then the last 2 laps it flipped, like. So I think that really flicked a switch, and he's just like, no, I can beat this guy. And he was under the weather too. Like you can't forget that. Under the weather. And he was like, nah, I'm like, he can beat me. When Hunt, like on training days, we are tied, like, and there's some days where he's better than me. Like he's that good. And now that everyone's seeing it now, like he can be a bad motherfucker. He always has been.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.